The weather is warming up, which means my window for comfy, warm food is shrinking, and I'm not happy about it. So that's exactly what I want to make. A warm, comfy dish that I just bake in the oven, full of sauce and cheese and good stuff. Where I'm having the issue is I have been schlepping all over town to find the exact tubular shaped pasta that I want. I am more into the idea of a smaller pasta than a larger one, but if I had to use manicotti, then I had to use manicotti. Couldn't find any manicotti, so I said, maybe I'll do stuffed shells. Couldn't find any shells. The only thing that I could find is rigatoni, which is perfect, but they're just so small. Stuffing these will be interesting. We'll see how it goes. So that's what I wanted to make, kind of like a stuffed rigatoni dish. It's like a stuffed pasta dish. I'm gonna be making a filling of like cheese, meat, maybe some green stuff, smothering it in sauce and more cheese, and kind of just baking it in the oven until it just warms my soul from the inside out. That's all a girl can hope for. Over here on the stove, I have some components going. Here I just have a large pot of boiling salted water with my pasta. We're going to cook this until al dente. We don't want to cook it all the way through because we're going to finish it off in the oven. Back here I've got some sauce simmering away. You can use whatever you want to for sauce, homemade or jarred. I am using jarred, but I like to zhuzh it up a bit. So I have some sauteed onions in there, garlic, oregano, salt, pepper, the tiniest hint of red pepper flake, and some canned tomatoes that I had some left over and I didn't want them to go to waste. So just simmer that for half an hour or so, set it aside. And when you're done with the pasta, drain it, set it aside. For here, I've got some ground beef that I'm just browning up and cooking all the way through. You don't have to use beef here. You can use whatever meat you want. Lamb, pork, chicken, turkey, or you can leave it meatless, whatever you want to do. I also have some salt, pepper, oregano in here, and I am likely going to add my chopped spinach into here when it is all done and drained, because I want to get that spinach as little as possible because I'm filling a very tiny pasta. Once all this is done and cooked through, and this is done and that's done, we can set it aside and work on our filling. Sneak peek. Okay, I have got all my stuff ready for my filling to see how well this is gonna go. This is why I wanted a larger tubular pasta. We'll see how this goes. I'm going to try to break this down as much as I can so it'll be easy to fill these rigatoni. It's gonna be interesting. We'll see how it goes. To my bowl here for my filling, I am going to start with ricotta cheese. You want whole milk ricotta cheese. None of that low fat junk. Whole milk ricotta. And don't use cottage cheese. That's a no-no. So I'm just gonna eyeball it here. If I need to add more, I will. Into my ricotta, I'm going to add my meat mixture. Give this a mix around. Into here, I'm going to salt and pepper, some shredded mozzarella, give that a stir. Give this a taste for seasoning. Filling these things is worrying me, so I'm going to use a piping bag. Hopefully this will work. The tip to be able to fit into here, I'll start small. Shoot, I think it did it too big. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I think we are ready to assemble. Before we put everything into our pans, I'm just going to assemble and then put it into the pans so I can just get these knocked out. You want to fill it's working. This is gonna take about 7 years, but it worked. See, I filled it right on out. This is what I'm going for. So 1 down, 1 million more to go. I'm about a little bit, almost halfway there. And it's really not taking as long as I thought it would, but it's really starting to hurt my wrist a little. It's a labor of love to assemble. I'm gonna start with my sauce. I put a little bit of heavy cream in here. I just wanted to lighten it up a bit. Oh man, I made a mess. Then I want to, how do I do this? I'll do it this way. Then I'm just going to nestle my little Riggies in there. And look at that, they're so cute. It's definitely a method that works. I'm glad that I have the piping bags. So if you don't have any, you should invest, because there's no way you are getting this filling in here without one. Cheese. There's sauce. Just do as many layers as you want. Top it off with just a little bit more sauce, not too much. Kind of want to see the rigatoni popping out. And some more cheese. And there you have it. It's like a little lasagna, but with stuffed pasta. What I have is my oven preheating to 375. I'm going to cover this with foil, cook it for 15-20 minutes, or until it starts to bubble around the edges. Then I'm gonna take the top off and broil it just for a couple minutes to get the top crunchy and bubbly. Do you hear that? This looks so good and it smells unbelievable. I do suggest let this sit for just a little bit, or else it won't be good for your mouth. It's been a bit, but I can't wait anymore. So I'm just going to pay the price. Excuse me. The filling, because it's a lot of cheese, is just kind of like sitting in there. And the sauce wiggles its way in. And with the rigatoni, it's nice because you have the ridges, so the sauce would cling to that ridge. And also the cheese is melted. I have no regrets. Holy shit. Because that filling is a lot of just cheese, it's kind of liquefying in my mouth as I chew. The spices are great. Wow. Oh. She likes it too. Is that good? Yeah? Third. Excuse me. What is it? She got shaved, so she has her sweater on. You gotta make it.